Children. I am your host, and this podcast was born from just having a lot of ideas and a lot of things I wanted to do, and I don't know, how do things come to fruition in your life? I would always say oh, someday I'm going to do this, someday I'm going to do that. Someday I'm going to have a podcast. And so honestly, I just had to start it. So one day I just ordered a microphone off Amazon. Not that I'm the biggest proponent of Amazon, but got a microphone and just started talking into it. And here we are. So thank you for clicking on this. I truly believe that if you are listening to this episode, to this podcast, it's something that you're meant to hear. So I appreciate you being here and hope that you stick through it with me throughout this episode. I just want to first give you a disclaimer that my dishwasher is going in the background. It is so loud for me, but also I've been having trouble with my microphone, so it might not even be picking up for you. But if you can hear that sweet, nice background noise, then you're welcome. So I really want to just talk about the fact that with the new year arriving and all these other things, people are really quick to, have these resolutions, whatever. But I think that it is important it's a nice time to just kind of step back and reevaluate what you want, what you're doing, where you've been, where you're going. While I don't think that you need a new year or a new month or whatever, a birthday or anything to reset and start new things, it is a time where a lot of people do that. A lot of people make goals and resolutions, and so that's just something I want to talk about. I want to talk to you about my goals, maybe to help inspire some things that you want to do for yourself this year, but also just to hold myself accountable by putting this out into the world, speaking it into existence. I'm also anyone who listens to this can come back and be how's it going? You doing X, Y, and Z? Just the self accountability by saying it all out loud, what I want. And so I based my goal lists on a planner that I have. I have the Many Moons Lunar Planner by, I think it's called the Moon Studio. I don't even remember how I came across this. I listened to this podcast called, it would be really helpful if I knew what the podcast was called, because the creator of the podcast, she does a lot of things, but she also creates this yearly planner that follows the moon cycle, and it just has a lot of different tarot spreads and things, all the little witchy hippie stuff that I really enjoy, and it sets up different areas of different goals and things that I want for the new year. Moonbeaming by Sarah Faith Gottesdiener. That is the name of the podcast. And so the creator of the podcast, like I said, she does many, many things. But yeah, I really like the way that this planner is set up. And so it starts with a tarot pull for the year. And in reflecting in my last planner on last year, 2023, anything goes, I realized that the card that I pulled was number 8 in the major arcana, which represents strength. And that also happens to be the card that represents this year, because if you add numerically 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, 2024, it equals 8. And therefore that strength is one of the big themes of the year. And I just found it really synchronistic, a little bit funny, and it just really made a lot of sense when I was reflecting on the year and all that I've been through and all that I learned. That strength was something that I kind of held throughout, and now it's the theme of the year, across the board. And that really kind of spoke to me. And then I pulled a card for this year. I actually, 2 of them, came to me when I was pulling the card, and it was the Knight of Blades and the Tower, one in the major and one in the minor arcana. And if you're into tarot, you could do some more research about that. But basically, I just like to set up, just start fresh. What's something that I need to be told? What's something that my guides need to show me? I mean, if you're into all this kind of stuff and believe that everything happens for a reason, that the messages that you're given by the world around you are important and pull some weight, then definitely start your year by doing a little tarot spread. But for the goals, it's separated for me into many different categories. So I just kind of walk you through what I'm thinking for the year and just some major intentions and desires, things that I want to focus on throughout 2024, because my theme for 2024 that every year I make up a little slogan. And this year It's 2024. You are in charge. You are in charge of your destiny. Because really we are. We have the ability to create the life that we want, the life that we wish to live. We really have the ability to pursue our dreams if we focus in and do that and do so correctly. So the first section is self-care and self-development. And one of the things that I really plan on doing is submitting more time to journaling and doing the inner work. I feel like that's something that I can really benefit from, is when I can sit down and relax and reflect on how I'm reacting to certain situations. Doing the inner work of like recognizing in myself when I'm falling into old patterns, and just doing that inner work within myself to ultimately become the best version of myself that I can be. And going along with that, just having time alone for myself for reflection and relaxation. That could be just quietly reading a book, doing the laundry, just really being alone and a little bit reflective in those quieter times. I also want to get better with my relationship with money. I think a lot of times that is one of the big stressors in my life, is either not having enough, not saving enough, just freaking out about having to buy groceries and how much groceries can cost, just little things like that, and recognizing what money is for, what it does for us, and being grateful for the job and the different streams of income that I have for myself. Nurturing my relationship with money. Another goal that I have is to read 8 books. The last 2 years, I've wanted to read 10 per year, and that didn't even happen. I like to think I'm an avid reader, but when it comes down to it, I haven't even read 10 books the last couple of years. So I want to read at least 8. I think I've read 5 or 6 the last couple of years. So I really want to hunker down and make it an achievable goal. For health, the next category is health. And I just want to be more conscious with my food choices. I have such a sweet tooth, but I really want to be more mindful about what I'm putting into my body, and not even just in the sense of sweet toothism, but also reading more labels and recognizing what actually is going into the food that I'm consuming. I also want to make sure that I get to the gym at least once a week. This can also tie into working on my relationship with money, because I want to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth with the things that I'm paying for. I pay for a gym membership every month, so I should make sure that I'm showing up, being active, doing those good things for my body, while also, if I'm paying for it, why not use it, I think some weeks I go to the gym 3 times, and some weeks I don't even know if I show up at all. So making that a commitment. I also want to clear space digitally. So on my laptop, on my phone, just getting rid of old files, things that clutter my space, but also obviously physically. Just clearing out, selling, donating, sharing with my friends, giving things away that I am not using to someone that will. I think that'll help my mental health. Having a lot of clutter, I realized, I feel like doesn't help me. I don't know if it necessarily hurts me, but it also aids my stress a little bit. It definitely adds to my stress. The next section is career life purpose in the material realm. And I feel like this is for me more like a financial section, job oriented, job driven, financial outlook. So I want to monetize my YouTube channel. I am just a few subscribers away to hitting that 1,000 mark. I need quite a few more watch hours on YouTube to become a part of their YouTube partner program. So shameless plug, go subscribe and watch some of my videos so I can monetize my YouTube channel this year. I want to get more consistent with podcasting. Not that I plan to make money off of my podcast, but I think that I want to make a positive impact. It says life purpose in the material realm, just sharing my outlook and my stories and connecting with people over media through this medium. I think that that definitely adds into my purpose per se. And I want to hit a certain amount of money in my savings. I don't necessarily feel like I need to share the amount that I want to hit in my savings, but there's a benchmark that I want to hit. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to start putting away money monthly into my savings. I think I only do this once every quarter, maybe in the average year. And I definitely want to be more consistent in putting money away, whether it be for emergencies or to just let it grow. I want to put more money away for my future. The next category is relationships. I want to commit to spending more time with relationships that are still developing. So, new friends, family members that I've lost touch with, I want to give my time to nurturing those relationships. Whether that's just through a FaceTime call or making time to go out to whatever far off suburb they live in, just to keep those connections alive and nurture those. And I also want to move forward with unconditional love with every single one of my relationships, with my partner, with my family, just letting go of judgment, just in any sort of way, just recognizing who they are as a person and loving them regardless of the things I might disagree with them on. Just moving with a total unconditional love in all my relationships. The next section is spiritual growth and evolution. So this one is fun because it kind of goes along with this this journal, this planner that I'm working with. So I said I want to learn more about the tarot, about the moon cycle, and about how astrology connects to it all. I feel like the cosmos are in some way connected to the reasons why there are so many synchronicities, and I feel like the cosmos almost work as a team with everything else in our lives to, you know, the phrase, the stars aligned, and so I got to do such and such. I think that that's not just a metaphor. I think that sometimes really like the cosmos work for us. And so I feel like I just want to learn more about like the different zodiac signs, and just not even necessarily for personality traits, but how does the lunar cycle affect what's going on in our hearts? How does it affect our bodies? How do these things happening in our universe relate and kind of map out what's going on for us? I also want to connect more with the afterlife. I want to learn a little bit more about what I believe, or even search around more and figure out what I believe. And, you know, I've lost some people very close to me. And so maybe be able to, you know, communicate with people across the veil. The last little section is service activism and helping the collective. I love this because I think that we get so caught up in like our own little worlds and our own little lives that like we often forget that we do play a part in the bigger picture. So some things I put is energy is powerful, so use yours. Again, connecting back to my platform, I want to use my platform for good, whether that be through a podcast, through my job and the people that I connected there, through my YouTube channel and the 1,000 people I'm about to be reaching with that. Energy is powerful, and being able to share positivity and share lessons. I think that's a big thing, and I definitely want to focus in more on that this year. And my last thing is offering my time to causes that I care about. I feel like I'm not in a financial spot necessarily to be donating a ton of money to these nonprofits and things, but I can offer my time. So volunteering at women's shelters, or even like local thrift stores or animal shelters, doing Toys for Tots like I've done the last couple of years. Just committing my time, because that is something that I do have to offer to causes that I care about. The last big section is other major intentions and desires for the year. I have a few words that I want to focus on. So the first one is selflessness. I really just want to be able to recognize when I'm doing things for selfish reasons, and when I'm lacking selflessness. Like if I see a moment in time where I could do something for someone else with absolutely nothing given back to me, I want to take that. I want to show those around me that I love them. I want to be embracing random acts of kindness and just being more selfless. Also, patience. That's been something the last couple of years that I've been working on, but I feel like I definitely have a long way to go. On the big things and the little things, I just want to be more patient with myself, with others, with waiting in line at the grocery store. I have a long way to go, so that's something I want to work on. My last one is focus. I kind of want to be more goal-oriented and goal-driven this year. I definitely set big goals for myself in a lot of ways, and I just don't think that I stay zoomed in on them. I think I definitely get very lackadaisical about the things that I want to do and accomplish. And that's why I haven't seen growth in some areas for myself. And so if I can stay goal oriented for the year, who even knows how much I can achieve. And last would be the mindset of abundance. This relates back to my relationship with money and also relationships that I have with people and everything really. We live in an abundant world, and if I can get to the point in my head where I understand that love is abundant, time is abundant, happiness is abundant. You don't need things around you to be abundant. Money just a means to an end because it comes and goes. You know what I mean? So in a lot of ways, all these little things connect. Everything connects. It's all connected. So yeah, I hope that some of my things that I've mentioned here can help you set your goals and reset a little bit, reset your mindset for the upcoming year. I'm really excited to see what this year has to offer me. And I do feel reset. I feel like I've just taken a lot of deep breaths and I've done a lot of work, and I just feel ready. I feel ready to leave a lot of things in the past. I feel ready to start fresh with people, with ideas, just letting go of negativity and negative thought processes and judgment and just so many little things. I really feel like I have shed some things just in the last couple of days. So I'm ready to rock and roll in 2024. You are in charge. You are in charge of your destiny. And I am ready to step into that. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Moonbeaming podcast, and shout out to the Moon Studio for creating this fabulous 2024 planner. I can try and link it in the description of this episode. And then I'm pretty sure they sell them all year long. So if you feel so inclined to purchase it so you can set your goals and follow the lunar cycle and the tarot spreads and things that they offer you, feel free. I am in no way affiliated with them or anything like that, but I do love the product and I love supporting small creators. And so there's my shout out there. The last, arguably most fun section of the podcast has arrived. I like to share with you a song that has been on repeat for me based on my on repeat playlist that Spotify makes for me. Songs that I've been playing on repeat, and I feel like some of these might be repeats because I've just had the same 10 songs over and over and over again. I feel like for the last 3 months. So anyway, the one that I'm going to offer you today is called Out of My Head by State Champs. State Champs is a alternative kind of pop punk band. Just something you can get really hype and excited to. I like to drive to this music. I like to get ready in the morning to this music so that I feel hyped up and ready to go for the day. And it's a cute song too. It's I can't get you out of my head, and here we go again type of thing, So huge fan of State Champs. Listen to them, support them, and above all, thank you so much for a fabulous 2023, for sticking with me through it all. Thank you for being excited about 2024 with me. And truthfully, I encourage you to make your someday today, just like I did with this podcast, just like I am with these goals. We are going to crush this year. We truly are in charge of our destiny. We are in charge. We're in charge of the way that we feel. We're in charge of our emotions. We have to remember that and harness our power. So I hope that you took something fabulous out of this podcast. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for listening. And I will catch you in the next one.